Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hello, my name is Fernanda, and on this channel we talk about personal finance, personal development, and I try my best to help you make a mindset shift to get you to your financial goals even faster. Today I want to talk to you about organizing your savings. Now, if you currently have no savings to organize, have a look at this video right here that I made a while ago. I'll talk you through a very simple budgeting method. No Excel spreadsheets, no percentages, just pen and paper, and this video here should get you started. But if you are a little bit further along on your journey, then just come with me and keep on watching. So guys, YouTube tells me that 90% of the people watching my videos aren't actually subscribed to this channel, so it would really help me out a lot if you could just tap that little red subscribe button down there until it turns blue and help me grow this channel so that we can get this message of financial independence to as many people as possible. So I always had this vision in my head that once I became debt-free, I would never have to worry about money ever again. I would just not give it a second thought. I would just be so cool about it. But unfortunately, so far, that hasn't been the case. I think obviously because number one, I would very much like to stay out of debt. And number two, I've gone and set myself the goal of being financially independent. So now I'm worrying about money for a whole new set of reasons. But I figured, you know what, it doesn't have to be this way. So I set myself the little task of figuring out why I was just stressing so much and getting so anxious about it. And I think I cracked it. Like I mentioned in my last video, I was obviously very excited to finally become debt-free, but the main reason for that being that I could finally go all in into my financial independence journey. I could send every extra little bit of income that I had into my investments, but then I went and got engaged.
This is the most special day of our lives.
No, I realize that, honey, but I'm not going to spend all the money on one party.
Honey, I love you. But if you call our wedding a party one more time, you may not get invited.
So again, I had this vision in my head that once I became debt-free, I would be able to throw every spare little penny into my Vanguard investment account. My plan for financial independence is to very simply just invest all my money into low-cost index funds. Of course, I now realize that thinking that I would be able to invest every last spare penny was completely unrealistic due to this little thing called life and all the events associated with it. So I figured out that the reason why I was getting so stressed about money was because I had all these little different goals that I wanted to achieve, but I had no real plan of action. I kept moving the goalpost all the time, and obviously that's enough to drive anyone crazy. So after having a really good chat with Jennifer from Mama Furfa, and honestly guys, God bless that woman. She has been such a great help and a huge inspiration for me on this whole journey. Make sure you do go check out her channel. I will link it down here in the description for you. So I had a really good chat with her, and after settling down my thoughts and straightening out my goals, I have finally come up with a plan on how to organize my savings for different goals. I also figured out that another reason why it was so hard for me to do this in the first place is because I hate rules when it comes to personal financing and budgeting. I've always been very vocal about my hatred of using percentages to organize your budget, but I've come to realize that I kind of have no way around it now. I just always felt that using percentages was so confusing and restricting, especially for someone who's just started budgeting. So I just always steered away from percentages. But now that I'm debt-free, really the easiest way to come up with a rule on how much to save up for each goal really is percentages. It just gets rid of the guesswork and of the constantly second guessing myself on how much I should be saving for each goal. So now I can always just refer to my previously set rules and that's it, end of. So if you feel like this is something that could work for you, what I would suggest is to just give the highest percentage to the goal that is most important to you. I know some people tend to use the lowest percentage for the goal that's further away, but that's not what I have chosen to do. So finally, here are my own set of rules. These percentages relate to any spare bit of money that comes into my hands, whether that's from my salary, from any side hustles, anything, any account that comes into my hand will get split into these different percentages. The first one, and the goal that is obviously the most important to me, is my financial independence. So I decided that 50% of my savings will go towards that goal. And then second, I guess the most time sensitive goal that I have is obviously saving for a wedding. So I've decided that 30% of any spare money that I have is gonna go into my little wedding fund. And then the final 20% are gonna go towards topping up my emergency fund. What I've done is I've set up a separate bank account for my wedding fund because that makes it really easy to just not even be tempted to spend that money. It's kind of like it's not even there because I can't see it every day. The 50% for my financial independence will continue to just fully go into my Vanguard account until I become a little bit braver and decide to start investing in individual stocks regularly. And finally, my 20% for my emergency fund will continue to go into my Marcus account. But I am looking into opening up a different savings account that pays a little bit more interest than that at the moment. I did actually have 6 months of living expenses saved up in my emergency fund, but I've had to dip into it in the last couple of weeks. So until that fund is topped back up to 6 months, I will continue to send that 20% in there. And once that's done, I will create a new sinking fund. That's something I'm gonna use for sort of yearly expenses. So things like my car insurance. I also want to get renter's insurance. And it will basically just be another account for bigger one-off purchases, like a new mattress that I wanna get next year. Now guys, even though I say I was stressing so much over money, oh poor little me, the truth is I enjoy looking after my pennies like this. I enjoy balancing the books. I look forward to payday, not simply because I'm gonna have all that money in my account, but because it means I can finally start my budget for the next month. So if you're sat there watching this thinking, first of all, what the hell is wrong with this girl? And second of all, thinking, well, I'm not like that and I could never be like that. Let me just tell you, it wasn't always like this for me. Just 3 short years ago, I was still living paycheck to paycheck. I didn't have any savings. I didn't know how much my monthly expenses were because I never wrote them down. I never budgeted. So if someone like that can become debt-free and learn how to enjoy managing their money, trust me, so can you. I really, really hope that you enjoyed this video. And if nothing else, it's given you a little bit of inspiration to start looking after your money, because remember, when you look after your money will look after you as well. If you did enjoy this video, don't forget to give it a cheeky like so that the YouTube algorithm knows to share it with other people. And I would love your help in growing this channel so that we can get this message out to as many people as possible. So make sure you do subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye!